viewers, this is Brenda Underwood coming to you live today to let's talk about, I want to quit my job, but how do I make a profit? So this is all about money, money, money talk, okay? We're going to talk about the money. We're going to talk about the accounting so that you can make a profit on your business when you start. And it really requires a level of intentionality that most people don't give to looking at the numbers, because most people will say, well, I'm not real good with math. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, there are two things that you must get good at. Two, and they have nothing to do with your service or product. You better get good at marketing, and you better get good at numbers. Okay, those are two musts for an entrepreneur. If you don't want to market your business, then do not become an entrepreneur, and do not delegate off the finances of your business initially. Learn it, because you need to learn it enough so you can manage the people who are going to be handling it for you. Okay, we hear about all these embezzlements and things of that nature because people don't want to know their own numbers. They don't want to do their own accounting. I'm just going to go hire an accountant and I'm going to delegate and abdicate the responsibility. What does delegate abdicate mean? Delegate abdicate means I delegated the duty to someone else and I relinquished all of my responsibility for the outcome of that duty. Now, when you abdicate, that means that you don't go back, follow up, you don't double check, you just trust that they're doing it right. And that's how people have partners taking their money. I listened to a book yesterday. I'm always listening to a book or reading a book. And the guy talked about how when he launched his first business, he sold it, took all the profits from that business and put it into a business account that he and his partner had. And his partner stole the profits from the sale of the first business that the guy wasn't even involved in. How does that happen? Because we delegate and abdicate, but that's a whole nother life for a whole nother day. We're talking about how do we make a profit, not make money. Revenue and profit are two different things, okay? And so I'm going to break this down in the most simplistic way that I know how to break it down. But these are things you want to grab a pen, you want to grab a piece of paper so that you can write these things down so that when you get to the place where you're pricing out your product or your service, that you literally are covering the cost of doing business as well as the profit margin that you want to create. So I always like to get right into it, but let me introduce myself because you may be new to Brenda Underwood, Coach BU, the Breakthrough Strategist here at Breakthrough for Life. And what I do is I equip aspiring go-getters to crush the barriers of fear and indecision and people pleasing so that they can be women of action. And I also help go-getters. You got to already be a go-getter. If you go into my workplace exit strategy and you're indecisive and you got a lot of fear and you're scared of marketing yourself, that program you're going to drown in, because that program is designed to get people to making revenue in their business quickly. The workplace exit strategy is designed to help you replace your full-time job quickly. Okay, but you can pull the trigger on leaving your job whenever you're ready. But you're going to have the strategy, you're going to have a proven concept, and you're going to be making money on the side in your business until you're ready to say goodbye to the job. Okay, and so some people will get the workplace exit strategy, start making money in their side business, and they want to keep the full-time job and the side business, pay off some debt, buy a new car, get a diamond ring for their fiance. So I'm mad at you. I believe that every human being needs to make their money a slave. That means that the money works for you, you don't work for the money, as well as I believe that we all need to have multiple streams of income. My business has multiple streams of income. My personal income has personal streams of income. So those are two different entities. So I have personal passive streams of income that I operate in stock trading and peer lending and getting into real estate investing that bring in income for just Brenda Underwood, forget Breakthrough for Life. And then I have passive streams of income, affiliate programs and different things that bring in passive streams of income for Breakthrough for Life. Okay, you need those passive, you need multiple streams of income, because this is what happens when you have multiple streams of income. Then you don't have a table or a quality of life built on one stream of income. And so if that income becomes in danger, just my job, that's the only income we have, is me and my husband, our jobs. Okay, what happens if one of you guys lose your job? Then you guys are stressing out, all that. But if you got a passive stream of income bringing in $20,000-$30,000 a year, then are you as stressed? No, as long as you don't live above what you make. So that's, again, another lie for another day. So I help empower people to have multiple streams of income and attach their passions and purpose with their paycheck. And that's what I do as a dual certified business life coach here at Breakthrough for Life. I am the owner and the founder. Oftentimes, if you call that 855-923-5433 number, I'll answer the phone, or my assistant, Priscilla, will answer the phone. And so with that being said, let's get into how do we make this profit. Okay, so now I have done a multitude of lives. And so you want to go and subscribe to Breakthrough with Brenda, because all the previous lives are there. So people are going to ask me, well, how do I make money in my business? Okay, I covered that in a previous live. Well, how do I know what my product or service is? I covered that in a previous live. So go check out those previous lives, because this live is going to be all about how do you create your pricing for your product or your service. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so when you have a product or service, and I'm going to talk more towards product, because I talk towards service all the time because I'm a coach and I provide a service. But let's talk about product cost. Let's say you want to run a t-shirt business, or let's say, tell them, girlfriend, hey, this girl right here is my prayer partner, Gail Williams. This chick is thebomb.com. I love me some Gail Williams. Thank you, Gail, for joining in. Okay. So with that being said, when you're looking at a product, whatever your widget is, are you selling wigs? Are you selling sunglasses? Are you selling jewelry? Are you selling t-shirts? And when I say tea, tea that you sip, or t-shirts, whatever your product is, when you look at your product cost, you don't want to just look, okay, my planner costs $7 to print. So I got to pay my printer or publisher for my book or my product or my planner. I got to pay $7 to print my planner. Then I got to pay for shipping. I got to pay for handling. I got to pay the graphic design artist. All of those things that are involved, they're all a part of cost. So you have some things that are fixed costs and some things that are variable cost. Okay. So you want to go through and list out your fixed, your known costs. It's $7 to print. They're going to charge me 20. I got to print at least 100 of my planners. And we're using planners just as the widget so that I'm not popping all over the place with different products. So it's $7 to print my per planner. Now I got to order 100 at a time from my printer, or you can do a just-in-time delivery with some different types of vendors. I'm not going to promote any particular vendor as far as doing planners, but I have to print 100 of them for them to do a print run, and they're going to charge me $25 for 100 planners to be printed. Okay, so it's $7 a planner. So that means that you are going to spend $700 to get 100 planners plus $25 for it to ship. Okay, so that's just for you to get the planner. Okay, how much does your vendor, your merchant services cost? Brenda, what's a merchant service? Okay, I'm glad you asked. A merchant service is the person who processes the credit card orders for you. Okay, typically you're going to use Square, PayPal, or a banking service, or what's the other one? I forget. Square, PayPal, Swipe. That's the other one. They all charge you a fee per transaction. So the fee is usually for my merchant service. I use a couple of merchant services. And so let me stop right there. Always have redundancies when it comes to your money, honey. I don't have all my money in one bank, and I don't have just one merchant services. So when Square went down earlier this week, I mean, I had my clients calling me out though, like, oh my God, what's going on? I can't process. I got a brick and mortar store and I can't take no orders because I have a Square POS system. And I told one of my clients, I said, did you set up a redundancy for that to have a backup? And she was like, no. I said, do it now. Call PayPal, get set up with them, have them send you one of their swipe cards so you can keep making money and servicing your clients and helping people no matter the technical issues that any of your merchant services have. Don't have all your eggs in one basket with anything. Always have redundancies in your business. So, with that being said, how much is your merchant services going to cost? And because because literally I was trying to process, I had a client. Now my clients pay four figures to work with me. She was ready to sign up. And my assistant can tell you, I'm having a panic attack because she keeps telling me I'm getting an error. I can't process my credit card through the link you sent me. And so I'm thinking, what's going on? Did somebody hack my financials? Whatever. Well, no, the DNS server for Square went down and it impacted thousands of business across the United States. And so, with that being said, when she kept telling me and I did a couple of little troubleshooting, I realized I just called her and said, hey, can you run that through PayPal? Here's a link. On the link that I sent you, instead of selecting credit card, select PayPal and process it there. Otherwise, if I only had one merchant services processing my credit cards, I would have lost that deal. That's why you want to have redundancies in your business, okay? So you want to have two merchant services. Well, Brenda, I'm not going to take credit card. I'm going to take Cash App, or I'm going to take Vimeo, or I'm going to take Zelle, or what have you. That's fine, but we're talking about building legitimately good businesses that do good accounting. Yes, you can take cash under the table, but God sees all you do. So operate with integrity. The Bible says, give Caesar what Caesar is due, pay them taxes. Don't be like Gladys's chicken and waffles that get shut down because you didn't pay your taxes. Just pay your taxes. Just give them the money. Okay. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in this live today. How you make sure your taxes is covered, your payroll is covered, your profit is covered. I mean, we're going to break this down to the white meat, bro. Okay. So $700 is what it takes to get your planners in. $25 for them to ship to you. You're probably going to have a 2.9% fee to run a credit card order plus 30 cents. So what you want to do is make sure that when you break down your product costs, you include that 2.9% plus 30 cents. Okay. And just so you know, Square's going up. If you're invoicing, they're going up. So you guys may want to check those emails that they send you. Anyway, so now with that being said, so it's $700 to print, $25 to ship, 2.9% for me to process a credit card. Okay. When they ship to me, I am going to repackage the shipping so that when my client gets my planner, they're going to open it up and it's going to be an experience, right? I recently got a planner from one of my clients they bought for me, and I just love the experience of, when it shipped to me, it had some really nice covering to it. All of that is cost of product. Okay. And so you want to, how much does it cost for you to repackage your planner? And then how much does it cost for you to ship your planner again to the person? So you're paying shipping to get your planners, then you're paying shipping to send your planners. Now you may have a distribution system or a distribution center. They're going to charge you too. Okay. So whether you're doing it yourself or you are hiring someone to do your distribution, they're going to charge you too. So that is included in the price as well. Okay. So we got shipping in and out. We've got packaging cost. So let's just say we're going to use just some round numbers. The numbers vary for every business. So let's just say my packaging costs, because I'll have a nice pretty box and I put some little stuff in on the inside to make it an experience when they open up my planner. Let's say the packaging cost is let's say $5 a planner. Okay. And let's say that the average shipping cost is going to be about $7.95. But let's say you're going to charge them for the shipping cost. Shipping cost is the only thing that I like to be separate. Everything else needs to be built into the price of the product. Okay. Let me slow down. I talk very fast when I'm doing these lives because I have so much I want to get to you. But this is the thing. When you go to Neiman Marcus to buy a dress, do they tell you the dress is $100 and if you pay credit card, it's going to be 3% more? No. When you go to Dunkin' Donuts, do they tell you it's going to be an extra 3% for credit card processing? No. But when you go to an amateur mom and pop shop, like I went to go to a mechanic to get my son's car fixed. It was a friend. He was recommended by a friend. Come to find out, he was a friend that I have known for, or not, I shouldn't say a friend, an acquaintance that I knew from church. And we went to go get the car taken care of. And when we went to go pay, he said, okay, and it's going to be an additional 3.5% for the credit card processing. And I went ahead and paid it. And I shouldn't say I paid it. Devin went ahead and paid it, but we never went back because of that. Because that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like, you don't know how to add the cost, that this $15, you couldn't have added this $15 into the price of the services that you provide. Don't a la carte me. I'm not an a la carte. I don't like to be nickel and dime. I think pricing should be made simple. Simplistic pricing, not some complicated $5 here, $20 there, $30 there. You add this on a la carte, because people don't do a lot of math, and that's very confusing. And if you have a business structure that is very, nickel and dime pricing, I promise you, if you find a pricing made simple structure, you're going to get more business than you got nickel and diming people to death, right? It's the perception, right? Total cost. So shipping and handling can be separate. Say it's $7.95 standard shipping and handling. So you have your product, your shipping, all of those things. So let's do some math here. We're going to leave out the 3% for the credit card processing to last. So I have $700 plus 25 for shipping. And that's going to be $725 divided by 100. So 725 divided by 100, it's $7.25 cost per planner. Okay. Then you're going to add in, what do you want your profit margin to be? Do you want to make $2 per planner, $3 per planner, $5 per planner? This question is best answered, what does the market bear? If you're going to charge a premium price, don't send me no planner that is not a premium planner. Don't send me no planner that has some nice graphics on the front and it ain't got poopity boop, boop, boop on the inside. Okay. My particular planners that I use, and I'm a diehard fan of these planners, they're only 2 months. I make them into 3. It's Brandon Burchard's planner, the High Performance Planner. Now, I'm not promoting Brandon Burchard, but I'm just showing you, because of everything that's in this planner, how detailed it is, because he has reviews weekly, because he has calendar layouts. Let me find a calendar layout that ain't gonna share all my business. Okay, so he has calendar layouts that you can lay out what you're going to do for the month. Because of that, I pay literally $22 for each of these, and they only last for 2 months because of what's in it. Now, so don't just say, well, I want to make $20 a planner, but it's just a bunch of blank pages with a nice cover. Boo boo, you're going to ruin your brand real quick doing stuff like that. Okay, so it's $7.25 per planner for $7.25 to get the planner. So what you're going to do at that point, that's your cost of receiving the planner. Now, per planner, you're going to have $5 additional cost for the packaging. Okay, then $5 additional cost for the packaging. And then your shipping and handling is separate. Now let's decide what type of profit do we want to make on our planner. We have a fancy planner. We have a great presentation when you get the planner. I want to make $5 per planner profit. Okay. So that's another 5. So your planner is going to cost $17.25. Okay. Because you included profit into this price. Okay. So $17.25 is the price, but we haven't included the merchant services. So the merchant services is going to be $17.25 times, let's just round it all off to an even 3%. So that's 52 cents per planner. So the total cost of a planner is going to be plus 52 cents, oops, 17.25 plus 52 cents, 17.77. So just round it up to a nice 17.95 for your planner. It's a premium planner with a great presentation. You've marketed it well. Now you have included, for every single planner you sell, you've included the cost of shipping to you, the cost of shipping from you. You've included your merchant services and your packaging. So every single time you sell a planner, what you need to do is take $5 off the top and move it over to your profit account. It's that simple, beloved. You just have to have some intentionality when you're laying out what it is. So $17.95 per planner. Every time a planner is sold, I would have it set up as an automatic pull. Like if you have direct deposit from your job, you may have a separate account where money goes into your savings account that automatically goes into your saving account. You don't even have to think about it. Well, that's what you want to do for this. Every time a planner is sold, $5 is profit. It goes into the profit account. Okay. And that's how you do it. Now, this gets more complicated when you have staff. It gets more complicated when you have other things. Now, I'm not here to teach you guys cost accounting. I'm talking to small business, budding entrepreneurs. I'm not talking to businesses that are already structured. But I do have a program for that, and that's the Business Blast program. If you're already making money in your business, you already have a structure and a proven concept, then I help you scale that business, okay? But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about budding entrepreneurs, workplace exit strategies, right? And so now you're making a profit every time you sell something. Well, Brenda, there's planners out there for $5. Go get one of them $5 planners. Most of them planners is a cover with blank pages in it. It ain't cost nothing. So if you put out a product that is going to enhance the brand, that enhances the quality. The reason why you never see $5 products or $17 products from Breakthrough for Life, because I am a premium coaching company. I do not want to associate cheap with my brand. My brand breaks barriers. My brand gets transformation. My brand gets results. You're going to get a result if you invest with Breakthrough for Life. We don't sell pie in the sky. I only make big promises for things that I know I can get done. So because my brand guarantees results, I'm not giving it away for $50 a coaching session. I'm not doing it. Okay, because in your life, when you become a woman of action and you're taking action and you're executing, and you're getting things done, and you are getting promoted on your job, and you're selling stuff in your side business, and your quality of life has gone up, that's a little bit more. That's worth a little bit more than $50 an hour, isn't it? So just think about the result that you get for your client and what they're willing to pay for it. I'm willing to pay a premium price for a planner. That this planner gets me organized. It keeps me focused. This planner is gold to me. A bunch of blank pages with a cover don't do nothing for me. So with that being said, and why pick planners? Because I'm planning on doing my own planner for Breakthrough for Life. And so we're in the processes of developing that. And so the other thing that you want to take into consideration when you're doing your pricing is any time. So let's switch from a product to a service. If you're offering a service like a coaching service or an accounting service or any service-based business, these are some questions that I ask you. How much are the materials, gifts, and journals you will send to your client? I'm a coach, so I give my clients stuff. I give them planners, books, things of that nature. How much does that stuff cost? Right? So that's all built into the price of my coaching services. Okay. How much time will you spend on their file in between coaching sessions? So for every 1 hour of FaceTime, I'm talking to coaches now, every 1 hour of FaceTime with a client means I'm going to have 1 hour of post prep and pre prep. So you're not paying for 1 hour of coaching from me. You're paying for me to get you a result. That means that you're paying for me to send you your encouragement. You're paying for me to send you your journals, any books, anything that you need to get to that end result. I need to include in the price of my services. Okay. And you want to consider all of the factors when you're pricing out your coaching programs. Okay. Or you're an accountant and you have services. Some accountants charge per page. Some accountants charge per service, or some accountants charge based on the size of your business. Well, you want to think about what's all involved to deliver a premium result to your client: time and resources and fees from vendors. Okay. All of that gets included in to the price of your services. And remember, I believe in pricing made simple. So with that being said, let's talk about profit. So I'm going to recommend a book to you guys. I don't often. Thank you so much. Jay, thank you so much. That's my assistant. She's about to slip out 5 o'clock. She got to go pick up her babies. I'm so excited to be able to employ another single mom. And so thank you so much, Jay, for sharing. I'm glad that you're getting a lot from it. So let's talk about profit. I don't usually recommend a lot of books openly. My clients get me recommending books all the time. But one of the best books, and wait a minute, not just the best book, but one of the most challenging books for me to read was Profit First. Why was this book so challenging for me to read? Because by trade, I do accounting work, right? That's what I wanted to be a CPA when I was young. And I went to school for accounting. So cost accounting, profit loss, G&A, all that stuff. And I went to school back when accounting was done on green bars. Now it's done on computers. And so this challenged every single thing I was taught to do accounting. And so I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of what he teaches, which is how I run my business. Okay. Profit first. So when we think about the profit first method, the profit first method says that basically you have saucers for every piece of your business. Okay. And so if you think about your business finances in categories, little saucers, operation costs, I can always spend money on my business, y'all. I can always, that is an all consuming. If I got $5,000, I can spend $5,000 on marketing, equipment, binders. I mean, I could spend it, right? So that's the last one. Operational cost is the last. So when you begin to look at a profit first system, he is going to recommend, thank you, beloved. And I'll see you Tuesday. Okay. He recommends that you have a different bank account at different banks for 5 categories. One is an operating account. That's where you pay everybody out of, right? If you have staff, then you're going to have a payroll account. Set it to the side. Then you're going to have a tax account. That's where you automatically put Uncle Sam's money to the side. This is the one thing that always shocks me when people are like, oh my God, I got to do my taxes. I got to pay my taxes. It's so much money. Look, I know how much money I owe in taxes. And because I set it to the side up front, I automatically know they're covered. So you never hear me stressing about taxes. Now, this past tax bill, I was like, you motor scooters, you deny some of my, write-offs. I'm gonna have to get in here. We're gonna have to dig this out so I don't have to pay as much. But at the end of the day, you have a separate account for your taxes. And I'm gonna show you a simple way. I'm telling you, I believe in keeping it simple. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate what can be made simple. Okay. So we've got an operating account, we've got a tax account, we've got a payroll account. Then we're going to have, hold on, payroll, operating, tax, profit account. Separate account. This is the special thing with the profit account. The profit account needs to be an account that is not close to you. Go find you a little podunk bank that's like 30 minutes away from you. And so you can have to drive to go get the money out. You don't have any checks for that account. You may have an ATM card, but you are going to resolve not to use it. The profit account needs to sit to the side. Okay. And then for me, he has a different one, a different category, but he calls it owner compensation, but I call it my reserve account. So I have a separate reserve account that we don't touch that puppy unless all of the accounts are empty. Okay. And so when we begin to look at it, I have 5 banks, 5 banking accounts. Okay. It keeps it simple. Okay. So when we get a dollar in from the business, whatever it is, you can say $100, whatever, but I'm just going to use a $1 bill for simple math. So when I get a dollar in, I'm going to decide how much profit comes from my dollar. Okay. And that comes off first, profit first. So 5 cents on every dollar I make, we're just using round numbers, 5 cents on every dollar I make goes automatically to profit off the top. You can make it 10% if you want to. Whatever you want to make it, make a decision. What is the profit margin I want to make? Now, most people do it the way I was taught in accounting, y'all. This is why this book was so challenging for me. We do how much sales did we make? How much operating cost do we have? And what is left over is profit. And that's why most businesses are not profitable, because the first thing is operating costs, and we can always spend money in our business. So we're going to make that the last saucer. So the first thing we're going to get is our profit first. I want to make 5 cents on the dollar. I want to make 10 cents on the dollar, whatever it is. Pick what you want it to be. Okay. And stick to it. That 5 cents on the dollar automatically goes over to the bank account that's all the way over in Podunk, that I can't easily access that money. And your reserve account needs to be the same way at a different bank. Why at different banks? Because FDIC insured only means $250,000 that you can get out. I'm not putting all my money in one bank. Because see, what you don't know is your coach is a reformed drug dealer and addict, and I get ghetto about my money now. The bank want to keep my money. We gonna have a fight. I'm coming to visit you face to face. Okay. So I keep my money dispersed in multiple banks. If one bank goes down, one bank locks up, one bank seizes, whatever, I got money in other accounts. Because let me tell you, I worked too hard for this dollar for a bank to take it. You want to talk about a mafia? Okay, let me not go there. Okay, the banks is a trip. I ain't gonna go there. But that's how you're taught in accounting: operation costs, sales, operation costs, and whatever's left is profit. No, the way that he teaches you to do it in this book, you do your profit first, decide what your profit is, and then the next thing you're gonna do, look, the most 2 consistent men in my life is Uncle Bill and Uncle Sam. They come every first of the month and every first of the year like clockwork. They ain't never late. None of that. None of that. So with that being said, thank you so much, Jay. I'm so glad that you are enjoying this live. Let me know how it works for you and if it helps you hit profit dollars. But one of the things that I know is I don't want to be in the crosshairs with IRS. I'm not operating and living in fear of any human being. And so, or any entity. So with that being said, I'm going to take 30%. Yep, I said it, 30%. I sock it to the side for the IRS. Your money is over there. When you want to come get it, or when I file taxes and I owe you. Now, usually I don't owe, I'll be honest, because I'm a write-off queen. I'm gonna find out a way to write it off. Matter of fact, I'm trying to look at some land to do a farm because you get a farm tax. Okay, I'm a write-off queen. Before I had Breakthrough for Life, I always had a business, so I could write off 400 square feet of my home. I could write off a portion of my utilities. I could write off all of that different stuff. Now, look, I am not a CPA. I am not an accountant, even though I went to school for it. So go ask your tax accountant because I am legally not giving you financial advice. I'm giving you questions that you can go ask your accountant when it comes to your write-offs, okay? So I write off everything. And so I usually don't have a big tax bill at the end. I used to sell Mary Kay. I used to sell Amway. I used to sell Pampered Chef. I used to sell candles. I mean, I've sold every kind of MLM type business you got going on. I sold it. Why? So I can get tax write-off. Because I made a good amount of money in corporate, I needed something to offset my adjusted income. I mean, my income, so I can get a lower adjusted income. A lower adjusted income means that you pay lower taxes. Okay. So go ask your tax accountant about that, right? Okay. So we're going to give 30 cents on the dollar to Mr. Uncle Sam because Uncle Sam, he's the most consistent man you'll ever meet. And then, so you got 30 cents on the dollar, so you already got taxes taken care of. Go and put that in the tax account. Forget that money exists. Leave it alone. Okay. Don't be messing with it. Okay. This system requires discipline, but being an entrepreneur requires discipline too, baby girl. Okay. So $5, 5 cents for profit, 5 cents, 30% for taxes. And then everything after that, revenue. Reserve. I have a reserve account, and my reserve account matches my profit percentage. So the amount of money I throw into reserves is also the same. So let's just say for the sake of this live, we are going to do a 5 cents on the dollar for the reserve account. So I'm always building my reserves in case something catastrophic happens, right? That's what a reserve is for. A reserve is not for you to dip into it every time you want to buy a new shiny thing for your business. It's a reserve, right? So that if your business has a plummeting month, you don't have to hyperventilate wondering how you're going to pay your bills because you've got a reserve that immediately gets replenished the next month when you have an up month. Because I'm going to tell you guys, in every business, you have your highs and your lows. That's a part of entrepreneurship. You have to plan for it. So you want to have reserves, y'all. People who come to me like, I just want to make money. I just want to make money. How you managing the money you got now? Because if you can't manage your $30,000, you are not going to manage your $300,000 well. Learn how to manage what you got now well. So that when you have more, you are managing it well too. Okay. So now we're up to 40 cents on the dollar. We've got our reserves, we've got our profit, we've got our taxes taken care of. Now you can decide how much money, you can spend on staff and operations, because I can always hire more staff. I can always spend more money on more equipment, tools, trainings, things of that nature, right? So now you have got 40 cents that is automatic on every dollar. It's already assigned. Then you're going to say, let's just say on the rest, we're going to do a 20% for payroll. And then we're going to do the remaining, let me make sure I'm doing my math. The remaining 40% or 40 cents on that dollar is going to be for operations. Paper, I got two full-blown two full-blown copiers that I pay for every month. I got one here, one at home. I am fully operational at home, just like I'm fully operational in my brick and mortar office. Okay. And so now I know how my dollar, when my revenue comes in, I automatically know how they are going to lay out. Okay. I automatically know it. So there is no guessing game when it comes to my money. Now, I'm going to go out there and make the sales. Then I bring the sales in. I know exactly how my money is going to flow. And it's 5 bank accounts. So this is the beauty of, this is why I love this book. It challenged the pee out of me. I really had to let go of a lot of what I was taught in college so that I could apply this. But let me tell you, I've been doing it and it is phenomenal. It works. Okay. So what does that look like? When you want to check your accounts, you can immediately go in and look and say, okay, what's in my profit account? You know how much is in profit. So let's say you got your profit account over at Bank of America. Not a bank I suggest, but over at Bank of America. I call them the fee kings. So you may want to put your profits over there because you ain't gonna want to take it in and out a whole lot because you don't want to pay a whole lot of fees. But so your profit account is over at Bank of America. You can just look at your account in Bank of America and know exactly where you're at on your profit dollars. Look over at, let's say your tax account is over at Wells Fargo. You can look at Wells Fargo when the tax bill come in and say, the tax bill was only $5,000. Hot diggity dog. I got $12,000 in that account. So that means $6,000 I get to decide how I'm going to handle it. Okay. I know I'm a trip, Jay. I would tell you, I go back and I listen to my videos and I'll be like, Brenda, you a trip, you a stone cold trip girl. But anyhow, I'm glad that it's entertaining while you're learning. And so, so you've got your taxes over at Wells Fargo, your reserves you got over at Truist. So you can just go in there and look at your reserves at Truist and be like, okay, this is how much I've got in reserves. We're looking real pretty, but forget about it because it's the reserves. When you look at payroll, you know how much you can spend in payroll because you know how much revenue you're bringing in. And so you know when you can hire and when you can't hire, okay? And you need to, when you get to hiring people, I tell people all the time, when you start hiring people, try to have at least 6 months of their payroll in the bank. 6 months of it, so that when you hit dips, it doesn't mess you up so much because you will suffer when your staff needs to get paid and you don't have no revenue coming in. So you want to have a strong marketing system. You want to have it predictable. You want to have a scalable business. You want to know where your leads are. You want to know how to get their attention and you want to know how to convert them. Okay. Go watch some of my other lives to learn more about that. Okay. So for payroll, I always put it to the side because my staff is going to get paid when I don't. Did you hear that? As an entrepreneur, business owner, your staff get paid when you don't. Okay. And if you don't, then you're going to have a problem with the Department of Labor, DOL. I'm a DOL compliancy agent and an EOC compliancy agent. Trust me, them two other government entities, I don't like play with. So I pay my staff even if I don't get paid. Okay. And let me tell you this on the DOL, Department of Labor, they don't lose no cases. You don't pay that staff on time when you said you was going to pay them. I don't care what they verbally say to you. I had one of my brick and mortar companies call me one day and they were like, Brenda, homegirl filed a complaint on me. Her paycheck was only a week late and she told me it was okay. I said, yeah, because people don't like confrontation. So they're going to tell you it's okay and run right down there to the Department of Labor and file a complaint on you. Pay your staff first. So you want to have that 6 months set to the side so you don't even have to worry about it. And you keep adding to that account, right? Because it's 20% of every dollar goes into the payroll. You don't even think about it. Then you have 40% where you can use for your operations. Now you can decide, okay, we got 40% operations. I've been putting money in my operations account, which that's at a different bank. Let's say operations is over at Amerist, okay? And now you know, okay, I've got about $50,000 in the operations account, we need to do a big ad campaign. I need to hire some graphic design artists. I need to hire a content specialist. So now I know that these aren't payroll people, these are vendors. They're part of operation costs. Now we need to hire an inventory of product, whatever it is. I know how much money is sitting in my operations account. And this is the beauty. I don't have to look at a cash flow statement. I don't have to look at a P&L. Now, I strongly, strongly recommend when your business gets to the 6 and 7 and 8 figure level, you got to have those reports. You got to have P&L. You got to know what your profit and loss is. You've got to know what is my payroll? What am I paying in payroll taxes? Those things you need to educate yourself on as a business owner. But most people don't launch their business with employees. Okay. I did launch my business with an employee, but I gave birth to my first employee. So yeah, he worked in my business and I do give him a paycheck. That means I didn't have to pay for his movies when he was going out. And so anyhow, side note, so you know what you can spend in operations. And so that way you don't ever get overextended. And if anything is low, then you know you got to go out there and market. I tell people all the time, when your business money is funny, it's because your marketing is inconsistent. If you are providing a product or a service that satisfies a need, yesterday's live, I went over 4 reasons why people buy. If your product or service is satisfying a need, then boom, you are good as gold. Then you should be able to turn up your marketing and turn it back down and still be able to run your organization. So I hope that you guys will go get the book. I don't get no affiliate fee or anything. I don't even know this guy, Mike, and I can't even pronounce his last name, but I'm telling you, this book is gold, Profit First. You want to check it out. And he gets into a great amount of detail about it. So hopefully I've helped all of you guys take a look at how you make sure your business is profitable from the gate. When I quit my corporate job, I went from a paycheck to a profit check. Okay. Oh, well, Brenda, you said you put the profits off and away. Well, if you're an employee of your organization, you're going to set your pricing. You're going to set your payroll, your paydays. So for me, I get paid the first of the month. And I pay the first of the month. I pay all my bills at the first of the month and I'm done. So when it's time for payroll to take place, then I simply pull my money out of payroll, direct deposit it into my personal account. Because remember, we talked about corporate veils last week. We're not just taking money out of the business account and putting it in our pocket. We're going to act like a good, legitimate business, not a hoodwink mom and pop shop, but we are going to be a legitimate business and we're going to pay ourselves a payroll check or disbursement. If you're a sole proprietor LLC, pay yourself a disbursement that goes into your personal account. That's where you pay your personal bills, unless you put your car and your house in your business name. We ain't gonna get into that. Okay, that's second level. Okay, and so hopefully this has helped you guys. So now, if you need more help, and let me tell you, I'm literally giving you guys a sliver of what I do when I work with someone on a winning workplace exit strategy. I mean, we dig in and we get you right specifically for your business, specifically for what you're servicing, and specifically for what you want to do in the earth. And we're going to dial in your offer. We're going to dial in your pricing. I do a full-blown cost analysis on your pricing, your profits, and your financials. That's just because I love numbers. We dig deep. We craft a marketing strategy together. I teach you everything you need to know so that you can transition out of your job when you're ready. So the job becomes optional and not mandatory until you're able to make it obsolete. And so if you want to learn more about it, come to a free discovery call. I don't do any high pressure sales. If it's a fit, great, we move forward. If it's not, you walk away with a plan to get to where you want to go. You may hire somebody else to help you get there. I hope you don't, because once you become a part of the Breakthrough for Life family, we provide more than we promise. You can ask any one of my clients, did you get more than what you thought you were going to get? Yes. Brenda was accessible to me. I could text her, I could call her. Our coaching sessions were always on time and impactful and always moving the dial forward. So what my workplace exit strategy is not, it's not where we're going to sit up and put together a strategy and a plan and you're just going to have theory. No, we're going to go out there and we're going to start doing it. People, I got people who are in second week of my workplace exit strategy, and we're out there, we're refining their offer, getting their offer ready to get it out into the world, and they're going to start marketing week 4 so that week 8 we can start bringing in some money and some revenue, because you don't go into business just because you don't have bills to pay, right? You don't go to work just because you like going to do the work. You might like the work, but if they don't give you a paycheck, are you still going to go? So we're going to get you there quickly. So I'd love for you to schedule a discovery call. You can just go to breakthroughforlife.com, or you can just Google Breakthrough for Life. I'll pop up. Everywhere you go is going to say discovery call, discovery call, discovery call, or call. You can call me. Me or my assistant Priscilla will pick up the phone and we'll have a quick chat with you. And then we will have a free discovery call. The free discovery call I only offer one time. So if you flake, you got to pay for a second discovery call. But if you show up for that discovery call, I promise you're going to walk away with a strategy to get to where you want to go. Okay. The second thing about the discovery call, that's when I'm going to talk about the price. People always ask, well, how much is your coaching? It depends on the result that you want to get. A result to take a business from 7 figures to 8 is very different than the result to get a business to get to its first dollar. So we talk about the financial commitment in the coaching session. Okay. I prefer to have people come who's ready to pull the trigger if you find that it's a fit. If it's not a fit, no feelings are hurt. Okay. So hopefully this has helped you. Hopefully you can use some of this and put it to use and start to get fruit from it. And hopefully you'll say, man, I got a lot of value from that. Let me give her a call and let's talk about what it looks like for us to partner together to take my business to the next level so I can unlock those golden handcuffs of corporate with the keys to entrepreneurship and launch my profitable business this year. So this is Brenda Underwood coming to you live, wishing you well. Hope that you have peace, love, prosperity, and shalom all over your life. And I hope to hear about it in the comments. Thank you so much. Brenda Underwood signing off. Peace and love. Bye-bye.